deserve another round of applause, so give them another round of applause, please. Thank you. That was fun. They're called Ingomancha. We'll get to see them a little bit later. Today we're all about empowering those who really want to make a difference. We're here for the Ignite Food Systems Challenge. By the time we're done here, we have about 6 startups, SMEs, cooperatives who live here with $50,000 US in their pockets. Clap for that. That's quite something. I wish I could participate, but that's a debate for another day. All right, so it's a one-of-a-kind initiative that supports the scaling of entrepreneurial solutions that are contributing to Rwanda's food security. The initiative is implemented by the UN World Food Programme and Impact Hub Kigali. Clap for them as well. They're doing a fantastic job. And also with the support of USAID and the Danish Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Now, after a campaign that, swept the nation, 12 startups, SMEs, and cooperatives have been shortlisted to undergo skills trainings and prepare to pitch. We'll get to hear their pitch today. As you see on my left, there's an esteemed panel of judges. They're sitting, a little bit higher than we are. There's a reason for that. We'll get to hear from them in a little bit as they deliberate. Now, the top 6, as I said earlier, will be awarded $50,000 US in grant funding and a tailored 6-month acceleration support. Now, we have 3 parts today in our program. The first one will be speeches. The usual, we have remarks, we have a talk from a very, very interesting person, as you'll get to hear. After that, we have the pitching session, as I said earlier, which is the key part, which is what brought us here. Then after that, we have the deliberation and the awarding ceremony. In between all that, we'll get to dance, we'll get to clap, we'll get to, have a great time, network, and all that. But without further ado, let me call up Miss Edith Hines, who's representative and country director at World Food Programme, for a few words. Thank you.
Is that working? Can I have the mic working, please? Is it working now? Okay, good. It's always difficult to hear yourself. So after this impressive drum performance, it's an honor to open this pitch day for the Ignite, what do we call it? Food Systems Challenge. Really exciting. So representatives of Minicom, representatives of MinICT, representatives of RDB, RISA, and NIRDA, partners, colleagues, private sector partners, and shortlisted ventures, ladies and gentlemen. So happy to have you here with us this afternoon. WFP is best known around the world for its emergency work. So the natural disasters, the war zones, these are our large operations that are very visible in the media. It's always the nice or the exciting photo opportunities where you see food dropping out of planes, convoys of trucks. But what we do in Rwanda is very different. The focus here is really not on emergency, but on development. And so we're implementing activities and supporting the government of Rwanda through capacity development and systems building. And we have a number of activities and we work in a number of areas here, and some of them you might have heard. We support school feeding, we work in nutrition, and we also work with smallholder farmer cooperatives, and that's more the area that we will be covering today in this pitch day. So WFP's mandate is food security and nutrition, and that's the same both in the emergency operations as well as in the development. And overall, this links to the zero hunger challenge, or our mandate of trying to reduce hunger in the world, so we have zero hunger by 2030. So WFP's motto is saving lives, changing lives. So we have that dual mandate in emergencies and development. And in Rwanda, obviously, we are working on our changing lives agenda. And the overall theme that brings all that together is food systems. And so all that as an introduction to come really to the crux of this. How can we improve food systems in Rwanda, but also linking it to the wider area in the region and in the world? For WFP, our direct operations will always remain the most central in what we do, in our work, but we see a growing need across the world, and that makes it very clear that WFP cannot do this on its own. We cannot achieve zero hunger by just working with WFP through WFP. We need partners, and we need different ways of working, different approaches. We must extend our interventions beyond providing food assistance, and food assistance can be through food and cash. And simultaneously, we have to address the root causes of hunger and food security. So a tangible entry point is supporting the government to strengthen national food systems. And this is building on the work that we have done through the Food Systems Summit last year, in which the government of Rwanda has been very, very active. Achieving zero hunger by 2030 is only possible if we engage with new partners and work together. And thanks to the generous support of USAID, Bureau of Humanitarian Affairs, and the Danish Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the World Food Programme is thrilled to engage with partners and startups in this room. Supporting innovators allows WFP to engage with new actors in the food system, leverage the expertise of private and public sector investors, and collectively contribute towards tackling food insecurity and hunger in Rwanda and the region. The Ignite Food Systems Challenge, therefore, not only represents an opportunity to invest in ideas and disrupt hunger, strengthen food systems and improve food security, but it also provides an opportunity to approach these partnerships in an innovative way. Throughout this process, we have seen a key challenge for startups is an enabling environment, not ideas. We have clearly seen by the number of entries for this challenge that there is no lack of good ideas in this country. Some of the Rwanda's brightest entrepreneurial ideas are represented here today in this room, all in pursuit of strengthening the food system. I hope you had a chance to visit the exhibition here in the room earlier. If not, I'm sure you will have some time later on in the day. And you will see all these interesting startups and businesses represented here. And I was very impressed by the range of different activities, the range of different ideas that have made it up to this short list and those that will be competing here. And I had chats with, I think, almost all of them. And I was really, it was really nice to see the motivation and the drive of the people behind these enterprises. Today represents the starting point for the winning enterprises. And in 6 months' time, we greatly look forward to seeing how this financial and technical support has positively affected the resilience to shocks and stress, access to safe and nutritious food, optimization of the food supply chain, and empowering smallholder farmers. I wish us all a great pitch day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hines. Next, I'll ask Mr. Evan Meyer, who's Deputy Economic Growth Office Director at USAID, for a few words as well. Thank you.
WFP Country Director Edith Hines, Government of Rwanda representatives, development partners, private sector partners, businesses and associations, media representatives, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of USAID Rwanda, let me extend our warmest wishes to the innovators for your success today. We're all excited to hear these pitches. As you already heard, I'm Evan Meyer, the Deputy Director for the Economic Growth Office for USAID Rwanda. Congratulations to all the innovators having survived a rigorous selection process involving hundreds of applicants. Rwanda's best ingenuity, drive, and dedication will surely be on display today. USAID is supporting this program through its Bureau for Humanitarian Assistance, or BHA. USAID's humanitarian mission is straightforward, working to provide life-saving humanitarian aid to help the world's most vulnerable people prepare for crises, recover from them, and transition away from relief to self-reliance. As we all know, the frequency, scale, and complexity of these crises have significantly increased in the past decade, generating unprecedented levels of humanitarian need, severe food and nutrition insecurity included, and affecting coping mechanisms of the most vulnerable. The COVID-19 pandemic has only exacerbated these needs and further challenged our ability to respond. As humanitarian emergencies evolve, so must the programming for humanitarian assistance. Now more than ever, humanitarian organizations need to adapt and innovate to make programs more effective to address the gap between limited resources and ever-growing needs. This sobering reality is the basis for USAID's enthusiastic support for WFP's Innovation Hub. USAID's work with WFP extends back to the 1960s, and I'm proud to say that USAID has remained the largest donor to WFP throughout the years, partnering to provide emergency food assistance around the world. This includes our work to support refugee communities here in Rwanda. The increase in food insecurity is the disruption of food systems. The humanitarian challenge the innovations being pitched at today's event seeks to address. It takes all of us and our innovative ideas transformed to action to reverse this negative trend of growing food insecurity. Engaging directly with local communities and supporting locally led solutions through local organizations and businesses is essential to ensure new ideas meet the needs of target populations and empower those who seek to help by promoting self-reliance. Innovation also requires the development of new partnerships and networks to finance and scale creative ideas so that their impacts can be realized. We are therefore excited to have investors, representatives of the GOR, donors, NGOs, and others join us today to learn about the new solutions and ideas that are being presented and how they can help us to improve the effectiveness for solutions to improve food systems. In closing, a message for our innovators, the owner of today's unprecedented ideas, which offer potential game-changing solutions to the challenges we face regarding food security and production. Time to turn ideas into action. We look forward to your pitches. Thank you. Murakoze cyane.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Now, let me ask Ms. Mafer Betancourt, Managing Director at Impact Hub Kigali, for a few words as well.
Sounds good? Yeah. Good afternoon, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to see you all here today for the Ignite Food Systems Challenge Pitch Day. Impact Hub Kigali is honored to be part of this first-of-a-kind and relevant initiative that aims to scale entrepreneurial solutions that are making a contribution to Rwanda's food security. As an innovation hub that has been in the ecosystem for the past 7 years, we're always striving to offer better and bigger support to the innovators and entrepreneurs of our community in a bid to amplify their positive impact. We're especially proud to be the implementing partner for this initiative because we can see the effect it will have on the participating ventures, their beneficiaries, and ultimately on the country's food system. The Ignite Food Systems Challenge Pitch Day is a culmination of a process that began in January with a countrywide campaign to attract startups, SMEs, and cooperatives that have impactful solutions ranging from animal farming to waste management and food production and transport and logistics. Through this campaign, we received over 280 applications, out of which 12 ventures were pre-selected. These 12 ventures have gone through a bootcamp, due diligence, and personalized coaching support to prepare them for today's pitch. We commend the efforts they have shown and commitment to be ready for today. And we're very excited to hear them pitch their solutions and how they're addressing pressing challenges. After today's pitch, the top winners will continue to the next phase of this program, unlocking financial and tailored acceleration support over the period of 6 months. Dear guests, I would like to take this moment to sincerely extend our gratitude to the World Food Programme, USAID, and the Danish Ministry of Foreign Affairs, without whom this significant initiative for the ecosystem would not be possible. I also thank my team, the coaches and experts for all their hard work and commitment to implement this program and to accompany the ventures. Last but not least, thank you to all our partners and collaborators who have supported us in the organization of this Pitch Day. It is our deepest hope that we can continue implementing similar initiatives in the coming years and that we can host broader conversations on unlocking innovations and systems change to truly transform the food system in Rwanda and in the region. On behalf of Impact Hub Kigali, I thank you for being here with us today, and I hope you enjoy the event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Betancourt. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's a short inspirational talk on innovation in the food system. It's being delivered by someone I'm very fond of, someone who's truly good at what he does. Let me get out of his way. His name is Dieudonné Diego Twahirwa. He's the founder and managing director of Gashora Farm. Diego.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, participants. My name is Diego Twahirwa, Managing Director and founder of Gashora Farm. Gashora Farm, we export and produce chili and chili products. Our main market is Europe and China. I'm happy to be here, sharing here my journey, how we started this business journey. I graduated from agriculture in 2012. And 2013, I started to work for Horizon Sopirwa as an agronomist. Being in a farm, I was inspired to be in a farm, and as someone who had some entrepreneurship mindset, I decided to quit Sopirwa and start to venture in agribusiness. That was in the end of 2013. We started by producing vegetables, mainly tomatoes, to sell to the local market. Now, we could make some money, but again, try to also to have the challenge of price fluctuation. You know, when you're dealing with the perishables and you don't have a contract farming, you have this risk of not getting what you have projected to get. So I did this by 2015, I started to look how I can get contract farming. As I did agribusiness, I said, of course, to have a real agribusiness, you need to have the market. So I started to attend some local exhibition and going knock to the doors of some institutions related to agriculture, especially NAEB. They linked me with an exporter of fresh chili to UK. We did this for 1 year, and then I could see some challenges. The exporter was not paying well, the seeds were not satisfied. So I said, how can I get my own market? With different manners, especially I remember I was a project under UNDP, ITC, the other project called the International Trade Center, and under the ITC there was the CETA, Supporting and Trade Investment for Africa. So they supported me to start to attend some international exhibition. especially the one took place in India. I got a chance to meet different players of spices, buyers, technology, and I came back with markets. I started to establish my model again in Rwanda. That is 2017. I started to export fresh chili and dry chili on my own. So I created a model of having on farm and also contract other farmers. By exporting the first grade, we also faced the issue of the second grade. That we came up with an idea of making the chili oil to make sure there's no longer the post-harvest. I remember even together with the Horticulture Center, Israel Rwanda Horticulture Center, we did a competition for post-harvest losses, and we won the competition and we got some support. So after 2018, you could see that some market in Europe, there's kind of also change when you are on the same market with European farmers or people who have access to logistics. It was also kind of fluctuation. We came up with an idea of also have another market diversification. We started to look at the exhibition. I remember 2018, we attended an expo in China, Shanghai. So we discovered a big, huge demand of chili. We came up with a contract of $2 million USD to supply the chili oil. End of 2019, when I came back to Rwanda, RDB called me, they told me, Diego, we're gonna give you another chance. So they linked me also with Alibaba Group. They brought all the players in chili processing. We sent our samples. They ended up choosing my product. So by 2019, I started also to export not only fresh chili and dry chili, but chili paste to Alibaba Group. That was an MOU between Alibaba Group and the RDB. Also, because I've gotten to know the demand in China, I could always attend for some important exhibition in China. I met a buyer who was getting a chili from India. I told him, this chili we export to India. Now India we export to China. So he said, now how can we do this? So we signed a contract of 500 million USD for 5 years. Of course, it was big for me. I knew that alone or Rwanda can't get it, but I know that Africa has a problem of the renewable market. So I came back. Of course, to export anything fresh or dry to China, you have to pass through process of protocols. As a country, also as a company, we're able to start do some first shipment to China in July 2021. Before that, we were just complying with paperwork. For currently now, we are the first African company to export dry chili to China. We've got another huge contract, and now how we are trying to structure our business to be able to meet this demand is to open to everybody to come and invest. Also having our growers model, not only in Rwanda, but also in the African countries. Currently, we are sourcing the chili in Malawi, Zimbabwe, and DRC, and of course in Rwanda. So that's how we're structuring our business to make sure at least we meet our market demand. So end up my journey here, as I advise my fellow entrepreneurs, is that of course you have to be innovative, as what is the topic here, because by switching from local markets, going to product which the country has competitive advantage like a chili, because chili is a labor-intensive crop, it's a weather-depending product. These competitors like China, India, or Europe, there's a time they can't produce, but for us, we are lucky having this kind of weather, which allows to grow chili all year round, and this gives us a competitive advantage. So innovation is very important, and me switching from fresh or dry on raw material going to finished product, so kind of innovation we had to have, and also getting this contract with the current access to finance is difficult to how to meet demand. But if you do a good structure, open for everybody, of course, you meet the demand. So another good point I want to make is to understand the business. When you understand your sector, your business, you know your stakeholders. You know that if you are talking about certification, you know where to go. If you want a mentorship, you know where to go. So you have to understand the competitor, understand the gap. So knowing your business is very important for an entrepreneur. And how I said how I was going to attend this speech, it was just not only me, but with the support from different stakeholders, because I knew who is involved in my business. The other one is being persistent, because anyhow you start a business, there's a lot of challenges, but you have to be always persist and see how you can solve this challenge you're facing. The last one is to think big, because an entrepreneur, sometimes people think it's crazy, but if you have your clear vision, you know how to get to reach your goal, you can reach it. Because people were saying like, oh, 500 million is a lot, but for now we have more than that. And I'm sure with everybody involvement, we will meet the market demand. Thank you so much.
Oh, we can give him a better hand of applause than that. All right, so this is when we get to the interesting part of the day. This is when we get to the pitching session. Now, I'll introduce first the judges that we have here, our esteemed panel of judges. First, we have Aline Kabanda. Clap for her, please. Who's the Rwanda Country Director at Allen and Gale Gray Philanthropy. We also have Amar Kawash, who's the head of smallholder agricultural market support at World Food Program. We have Christelle Kwizera, who's managing director at Water Access Rwanda. We have Geoffrey Musingizi, who's a program partner at MSME Finance for MasterCard Foundation. Last but not least, Milindi Sibomana, Impact Research and Development Director at One Acre Fund. Now, to give you an idea about how these things will be, 5 minutes presentations. That's it. Now, we have a clock, as you can see, on my left. Once the clock has run out, before we do that, we have a video. I'm just explaining quickly. So we'll have 5 minutes presentations. That will be, I'll start the countdown. So I'll go 3, 2, 1, the pitch starts. And then for questions and answers, we'll have 3 minutes. Now, I'll give the lineup of the ventures right after this, but before that, just to explain how everything works, here's a video, 5-minute video. Thank you.
My name is Franz Huster, co-founder and director at The Bug Picture, a sustainable agriculture company using black soldier fly larvae to help build food systems that waste less today and produce more tomorrow. Being selected as one of the winners on Pitch Day will be a landmark event in the expansion of our existing operations.
My name is Wise Jean-Pierre. Rwanda Best Solution is a company that produces organic fertilizers from domestic waste using effective microorganism technology. We are operating from Bugesera, Nyamata landfill. We look forward to get the much needed fund and the support for the scale up of our project.
My name is Benjamin Twitegereze. UKC, we are incorporating hydroponic fodder to solve the scarcity of animal feeds that is nutritious and affordable. So we are looking ahead to expand the project to different districts in Rwanda.
My name is Shedraka, and I'm working at Mago Farm. What we are dealing with is converting organic waste into useful premium food. If we win, hopefully, what are we going to do exactly with that money? It's expanding our company.
My name is Liz Janvier Amizeliozo. I'm representing Zin. Zin is located in Nyabihu district. We are producing banana chips from those banana fruits so that we can add value to the bananas and also contribute to the business of the farmers. We want to expand, we want to grow so that we can tackle the international market.
My name is Brett Munguzi, and I'm the founder of Ironji. The problem was easily finding the truck for farmers or agribusinesses or any business to move their goods. And the solution was to help and connect them to the nearby truck with the driver so that they can move their product easily.
My name's Sarah Igitego. I work for a project called the Kiosk. This is a mobile app that provides accurate and affordable services to the farmers and people who are in maize value chain so that they might know the quality of their maize and enable them to access premium markets.
My name is Bora Imani, and I'm a co-founder and CEO of Hatch Plus, providing a high-tech solar-powered solar hatching station, providing them in remote areas. And we are hatching more than 100 chicks per month and giving them to the community. We think if we win, smallholders win.
My name is Ernest Abishuti, working with Oxy Rwanda. Oxy Rwanda is providing affordable, reliable transport using electrical trucks at a lower price and show up on time. So once we win, we will increase our growth. We will hire more drivers and expand to further districts.
My name is Regis Mujaneza. I'm the co-founder and director at Kari Group. So we do sweet potato processing where we are making different nutritious pastries from sweet potatoes. And we are going to launch a very high nutritious biscuit. It's a mixture of vitamin A from sweet potatoes and the irons from island beans, and also to be affordable to everyone.
My name is Emmanuel Ndahimana. We basically produce spirulina, which is an algae which is produced in water, in greenhouses, and then we harvest it, we dry it, and then we grind it. So we put on the market some powder. This is what we are trying to innovate and integrate it in the farming system in Rwanda.
I'm Morene Wamugirimfra from Green Utility for Africa Group, distributing and importing the solar home system and the refrigeration for the rural community. And then I started to deliver and install the solar home system cold chain solution, where I installed the solar cold room for post-harvesting storage.
Now, all those guys you just saw on the video, 6 of them, out of those guys, 6 of them will go home with up to $50,000 US. Again, they have a 5 minutes presentation each, 3 minutes for questions and answers after that. I'll give the go for the beginning of the presentation. I will get out of their hair. Soon as the 5 minutes have run out, please respect the time. I'll be there to remind you anyways in case you don't, but please, let's make it easy. And the first to go is Afla Kiosk. Afla Kiosk. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right. So, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sari Gitego. I'm presenting AflaKiosk today. AflaKiosk is a mobile app that is helping farmers and traders to access better markets by understanding quality. But before taking you into that, I want to first challenge you. Dear judges and the audience, here are 2 samples of maize, and I'm not sure if any one of you can tell which maize is good or which one is bad. This shows that it is almost impossible to tell if food is safe unless it is tasted. In Rwanda, quality testing services are too expensive, inaccessible, and very slow. And this will always lead to very serious consequences because it will lead to 90% of maize sold into low-value markets. And this will always find its way back to our plates, so we feed on unsafe maize or food sometimes. 65% of all maize we have managed to taste were found containing aflatoxin. Aflatoxin is one of the major causes of cancer, and one of the cancers that they lead to is liver cancer, which is the 4th most common cancer in Africa leading to death, not to mention its diverse impacts on children's stunting and growth. The current cost of a single test in Rwanda is 100% of the supplier's margin. Therefore, it is almost impossible for a farmer or a trader to carry out a test. I and the team has brought up the solution of providing affordable, accessible, and quick quality testing for grains. We are not only providing these services, but we are also helping government implement one of its laws of not spreading aflatoxin in agricultural commodities. We are very quick and we are very cheaper considering the other alternatives. This is how AflaKiosk works. We carry on-site sampling. We go to the client's place. We take samples to our laboratory, and we can only give you results within 30 minutes. That is very rapid. And it is from the result that we can link you to better markets or link you to other services that are improving quality. We have a very big market size because we are targeting to test 500,000 metric tons. That is a very huge production, and this is equal to the national production of maize in Rwanda. Currently, we have been able to test 15% of the total maize of Rwanda, and we are planning to extend. We are currently charging $30 for farmers and cooperatives, and charging $60 for processors. This is so because we want to improve farmers' lives. Therefore, we are subsidizing costs for farmers. We have tried to achieve a lot since we have started because we have 2 labs in place. We've been able to carry out 1,000 tests, and we have managed to test 7,000 metric tons since we started. We have long-term goals. We want to add more crops than maize we are testing today. We want to put in place 2 other more labs in the provinces, and we also want to expand regionally into Uganda. We have made a very big impact, and we tend to make a very big one. We are increasing the quantity of maize that is being sold to formal markets. We are reducing the quantity of poor maize people are consuming, therefore improving health and nutrition of people. We also want to increase the suppliers' incomes and returns. We already have competitors in place, that is RSB and IF, but although we are the only ones who are mobile, we can go to clients' place and link them to the market. We're the ones who are affordable because we're 6 times cheaper than the existing alternatives. This means that if you come to our services, you only have to pay $60 while you would waste $250 to the other competitors. We are looking for $50,000 so as we can extend, increase the number of employees, and add more laboratories. We have a very big team which is experienced, and this puts us in a good position of running the business. Thank you.
All right. She didn't even need to use the whole 5 minutes. Okay, all right. Next will be, thank you very much. Thank you. Give her another clap, please. All right. Next up will be Carl Group. Oh no, hold on. Sorry. My bad. Questions and answers for Afra Kiosk.
All right, hopefully you can, okay, now it's on. Quick questions of clarification. You said you have the capacity or you are already testing 15% of all the maize in Rwanda. That wasn't very clear in terms of traction. And then you said your new price is friendlier. So how much of the supplier's margin is your actual price at? Thank you.
Thank you, that is a good question. So we are currently testing, we are currently working, and we have already tasted 15% of the total production of Rwanda. We have already tasted that. And so far, a farmer can make 10 Rwandan francs as a profit. Therefore, we are providing $30 per test. This is because we are working with cooperative, and if that price is to be paid by the cooperative, everyone has to contribute a very little amount of money, therefore they can make it.
So if you can approximate out of the $10 profit, how much does the farmer end up paying for the test?
I don't really have exact amount, but maybe that's something that I need to come up clear.
Can you hear me? Microphone is not working, but I can speak loudly, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so you said 70,000 tons. You have tested 70,000 tons. Why testing such a big volume? What is your sampling procedure? Is basically, I think, the question that we're trying to also get at. Is it clear, the question?
No.
The sampling procedure for your business model, how does it work? Yeah, so that you get to test 70,000 tons in less than 1 year. It's quite a high volume, you know?
Yes.
Yes.
Like I mentioned before, we are working with cooperative and farmers, and those are the people who are producing a lot in terms of maize. Therefore, we are following the East African standards, high sampling, and when we sample, we are likely to take 5 kilograms from the store. That is what we take as a sample. Yes.
Another question?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay. So how do you identify your target customers or your target beneficiaries, and what is the drive to select those whom that you already work with?
Is the remark?
You didn't get it?
Yes.
So how do you select the target beneficiaries that you are serving, and what's the drive for you to select those that are already under your services? Do you think there's a missed opportunity on the market, or it's sufficient?
Currently, we are working with cooperatives.
All right. We've run out of time. We have to respect time. Thank you very much. Next up, we're calling Carl Group. Once again, a reminder, you have 5 minutes. Once those 5 minutes have run out, you're done. Are you ready? Carl Group 3, 2, 1, go.
Guys, are you hungry? Yes? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Regis Mugiraneza. I'm the elected and co-founder at Carl Group. So Carl Group, we are in the business of making very healthy and nutritious pastries using locally sourced ingredients such as sweet potatoes and island beans. My journey started back when I was young. I remember one day I was coming from school and my mom told me that my friend Pacific was dead. I was so shocked and crying, asking a lot of questions, what's happened to him? She told me that my friend died just because of having chronic malnutrition due to his family was poor. As I grow up, I realized that there are millions of people who are dying just because of malnutrition. In particular, in Rwanda, where we do have 33% of our children who are suffering from stunting, and 17.2% of our girls are suffering from anemia. Did you know that Rwanda spends 60 billion every year to import micronutrient called ongela? Because there is a lack of accessibility, availability, as well as affordability of nutrient-rich products, and which cause different diseases such as blindness, anemia, stunting, etc. I grew up with a dream of becoming a doctor, but later I realized that prevention is much better than cure. That's why me and my colleague, we created the CAR group to solve the problem of malnutrition by creating a product which is with high nutrient-rich products, such as bread that has a huge content of vitamin A. And I'm in love with this biscuit because it's all in one biscuit with the protein, vitamin A, iron, beans, all sourced from and made from our produce, which is grown here in Rwanda. So we are targeting people who are in need of this, such as children, pregnant women, as well as people who are interested in natural things. Our market is huge, but we are targeting $5 million market in Rwanda. As we grow up, we want to also to enter to a regional market with a target of $15 million. So what can you imagine having our bread with only 3 flanks, Rwandan flanks? Can you imagine that? So we were working with the different stakeholders such as wholesalers, shops, and also schools. And since we started back selling our product, our sales has been increasing, but we are targeting at least to reach to $200,000 by 2024. This will impact to more than 20,000 farmers across the country, and also improve nutrition value to more than 1.6 million people, as well as creating jobs, and also decreasing post-harvest losses. Our bread is one of the 2 bread to receive a standard mark, and we are happy to partner with NIRDA for technical assistance, as well as NSDA for product promotion. And we are looking for further partnership in different programs such as school feeding, research and development, and also supply chain organization. But we cannot make this without money. That's why we are here looking for investment of $8,000. But if we got a chance to win this, it will impact a lot of things where we can be able to buy equipment, which will help us to introduce and speed up the launch of our biscuit, as well as establishing of 2 bakeries in the next 2 years in different provinces so that people can access our product easier. I cannot make it alone. That's why I have been with these amazing ladies since we started back in 2014, and we shared the same vision. And we want to contribute to our economic by reducing this malnutrition and contribute to, personally, I don't want people dying like my friend Pacifica who died because of malnutrition. So look at how people are now are liking our product because of how it's improved their lives. So thank you so much. And if you want to learn more about our product, you can reach out to us. But let me give this time to judges for asking more clarification. Thank you.
Man, even better. He didn't even have, he left the last 45 seconds on the floor. That's amazing. Okay. Questions and answers.
Congratulations on your pitch.
Thank you so much.
My question is, who are your who are your competitors, and what is your value proposition? And if you can touch on the pricing as well and revenue model.
Thank you so much for a good question. We are competing with different bakeries such as Simba. We have a big brand here of bread, but our unique value is that what we are producing is very nutrient-rich product. So compared to the white bread we normally know, it has only calories and other nutrient, but which is not really affecting much on our cell growth. For us, we use the sweet potatoes, which has a huge beta-carotene, which is a major source of vitamin A, so which is not there in wheat flours. So, but for us, we are mixing with sweet potatoes with the iron beans to make islands vitamin A into the existing pastries. So what we are doing is that what I can say from our competitors is that our product is nutritious compared to the existing product, which make enough value. But when it comes to delicious of the product, the softness, for example, in the bread, ours is more competitive than theirs. In terms of color, softness, delicious. The bread I'm talking about here is a sugar-free bread. We don't add any sugar because of the sweetness of the sweet potatoes. Am I answering your question? Thank you.
Thank you. And you mentioned that part of your scale-up plan is to go into other provinces, because right now it's mainly in Kigali. How do you plan to market your products to people in places that are not Kigali, where the consumer profile is so different? Thank you
for a good question. That's why I have been asking the partnership with the National Child Development Agency. We are partnering with them to go through the schools so that they can promote our product because of how it's a really nutrient-rich product, so that the schools can adopt starting using our products in the schools. That's one channel. Other channel is that we use social media to promote our product. Sometimes we use even this media, mass media, to promote our product. I remember last year when we were conducting some market survey for our product, we used a spot on TV, on radio, just telling people that we are doing what we are doing now so that we can have more people buying our product. I answered your question? Thank you. Yes.
So congratulations again.
Thank you.
And how do you see your product being certified?
Thank you. Time. We have to be fair. We have to be fair to everybody. That's how it works. All right. Give a hand of applause again for Carl Group, please. Thank you. Up next, we have Green Utility for Africa Group Limited. All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
My name is Irene Wamugirimfura from Green Utility for Africa Group, a company that serves the Lilo community and the farmers the cooling service. We are here to present the smart post-harvesting initiative that provides the Lilo cooperatives with the cooling service. The post-harvesting loss is the problem in Rwanda, where the 30% of the crops harvested are lost due to the post-harvesting handling system. Here we can say the fish producers and the vegetable farmers are affected by the post-harvesting loss. For our solution and our service, we install the cooling station where the farmer bring their vegetables at our service center where we provide the cooling service. Yeah, on the market we are working with the cooperative where in Rwanda we have 200,000 cooperatives and SMEs who are in the horticulture. And our model, we provide them the rental service and the model basis and the pay-as-you-could, where we provide them the cold room service station. Here for our competitive advantage, we have the flexible payment model because, as you know, the cold room are very expensive. We let them afford by paying on an installment. Yeah, we have already served the 500 farmers in the Western Province, and we have the free cooperative who are already signed the MOU with us to bring to work with the farmers. So the impact we are strengthening the food system where we provide the rural cooperative with the cooling service. So we plan to scale where we establish like 10 cold room stations around in Kivu where the fish producers will bring their fish to have the cooling service. So our investment and the financial plan, we are looking the income and the expenses, we have more than 70%. So we are the team passionate about the business and with the different background and the multidisciplinary team. We are here, we are looking at the 500,000 to establish the 10 cold room services station. And for this Ignite service system, we will establish the free more cooling services center. Thank you.
That was really good. Really, really good. 4 minutes, not even. All right, questions and answers.
First question. You presented 3 models that you're delivering this solution to the farmers. Which one is your most popular? Why 3? And which one will you scale with?
We are currently using the release to own, and we needed to scale with the pay as you could. Because now the cold room station is very expensive, we need to rate the farmers can afford the cooling service.
I have a question on your scaling.
Yes.
So you're only working with cooperatives. That's your model.
Yes, yes.
So at scale, how many cooperatives do you think you'll be serving in the country?
We are currently having 3, and then we need to, by the end of this year, we will have more 10 cooperatives in the horticulture subsector.
And at scale, is that the final scale you're looking for, or maybe in 2 years?
By the end, at the end of this year, we need to have more 10 cooperatives.
Okay, and in terms of how much does it cost to set up one solar, mobile solar station, the cold room, the mobile cold room?
Depending on the size and the capacity, the cost is different.
Okay, but a range, like most farmers use?
The smaller one you have for the milk, it has a capacity to store 10 tons per day.
And how much does it cost to set up?
That one is 50,000 UK.
And that's the small one?
Yeah, that's the smaller one.
Okay, thank you.
I just have one more question on maintenance of these units. How easy is it to maintain if it breaks down? Have you had that experience yet?
Come again?
The maintenance of the unit, of the cold unit, when it has a problem, when it breaks down, how do you fix it?
The problem of the cold room, we have the field operator who are in charge to manage and can fix some problem in case of the technical.
Are we good? Any more questions? No? We're fine? All right. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Next up, we'll call up Hatch Plus. Hatch Plus. Hatch Plus, you have 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Thank you. My name is Bora Imani. By the way, I'm a farmer who specializes in eating. Do you like eating? I think so, you do. As of I'm speaking, more than 6,000 chicken are being consumed globally. That's a wonderful number, isn't it? But you may wonder, which share does Africa possess in that consumption? It's less than 10%. Oh, that's too small. Yet Africa possesses more than 15 million poultry farms. And this means and productivity, in efficiency, and profitability in the poultry. And this leads to scarcity of day-old chicks, because Africa can only produce less than 40% of day-old chicks. And also, poultry feeds are very expensive, accounting more than 70% of the chicken costs. Smallholders, who are the majority of the poultry players in the industry, lack the essential technical skills to operate their farms successfully. So we as Hatch Plus, ladies and gentlemen, we are introducing the fast-to-market, most affordable and accessible solution to those three problems. It is the first decentralized hatching station which is based in the villages level and is really shared, not owned by one person, and is able to serve more than 500 customers at a time. And this one has a capability to hatch more than 10,000 chicks at a time, powered by artificial intelligence system, which is able to monitor embryonic development process. We ensure the quality, which is a problem on the local market. And secondly, we are able to detect the fertility before we incubate. And this ensures also productivity, a better hatch rate. We are on 90%, the most competitive on a global market, not only in Rwanda. So we are targeting you. Yes, it's you, smallholders. I am smallholders too. Actually, our primary market focus is Rwanda, and day-old chicks market account 25 million chicks. And this is worth $22 million per year with potential annual growth of 80%. Currently, we are serving 0.4% of the market, and we are producing 240,000 chicks per year. So we are looking to expand and serve more. Actually, currently we are serving 500 customers. We own 2 stations, and we are generating a monthly revenue of 5,000, and we have acquired $35,000. By these 35,000, we are able to generate, and we are producing 240,000 chicks. Ladies and gentlemen, dear future customers, we are a sustainable and environmentally responsible company, and we are working toward the 2030 agenda. I'm going to talk about an egg you can see on my pillow. We are solving hunger by the use of egg. Considering the purchase power of African low earners, actually the protein is very expensive. But by an egg, which is rich in nutrient, it is a solution to protein deficient in African market. We have chosen to be solar, and yes, we are solar. Our own machines are powered by solar, cutting 95% of electricity, and that's why we are green. We have a plan to expand to regional markets in next few years, mainly in 2024 and beyond. And currently, we are producing the salmon that I said before. But by next year, we are planning to deploy 20 stations. With these 20 stations, we'll be able to serve more than 5,000 farmers. That's impressive, isn't it? We are asking for your support and partnership. With these 50,000, we'll be able to scale operations. We'll be able to establish 6 new hatching stations and producing more than 600,000 chicks per year. And with this, we'll be serving more than 10,000 farmers. We'll be able to be sustainable financially, as also we empower smallholders. Ladies and gentlemen, we are farmers. We understand farmers. So we are solving farmers' problems in farmers' language. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now let's see if the judges have questions for you. Judges?
Thank you so much for the good solution. My question is about your competitive strategy in the industry. There are so many players, and with a big potential to reach the outreach, and you're just emerging out of there from the village. How do you see yourself competing with those ones and making it happen all over the big market?
Thanks for asking. We actually understand that poultry market is really competitive, but we have a strategy because we are unique. The first is the market we are targeting, which is underserved, and those are smallholders. And secondly, we have a very flexible business model. And this business model, we are collaborating with our Kangurambaga Buhinzi. Those are agricultural ambassadors. And then they are already familiar with the customers. And then we are giving them a hatching station, providing also affordable feeds, which are also fortified by cricket insect. And also, we have an online tool which is training the farmers on how to use the best practices to be productive. We think no one in the market, not even in regional, possess those attributes. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you walk us through your deployment model? What does it take to deploy one station? Who owns the land? How do you manage it? And if you can touch on the AI part of the system. Thank you.
Thanks for asking. A little bit lots of questions so that I wouldn't maybe handle in minutes remaining. But I will start from how do we deploy? Actually, our responsibility is that we manufacture and we give to our outreach partner the hatching station. And we had hatching station of 10,000 capability of chicks, costs us $3,000. And when we give it out there, outreach commissions will be 5% of the total production. That means 5% will be gotten from the outreach partner from each chicks. When you try to count off 9,000, which is 90% of hatch rate, every month the outreach partner will be able to generate around $200 and $400 per month. That is an income resilience to the outreach partners. And could you please come again to the second question?
So the AI, how does AI play?
Actually, we have an AI tool which is incorporated in our machine. By the way, the machine is behind. And that, it is computer vision. It actually analyzes the eggs, and it processes those images to understand and monitor and track the embryonic development. And then we have to decide if the quality is okay or good, and that is done by our AI. It's a brain of the machine.
Thank you very much. Thank you. A hand of applause for Hatch Plus, please. All right. Up next, we have HFC Limited. HFC. HFC Limited, you have 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Emmanuel Ndahimana, co-founder of HFC. In HFC, we believe very much in creativity and innovation, and we are passionate in developing a sustainable business while caring about the challenges of our time. Those challenges, you can see, we have a problem of malnutrition and stunting of children below 5 years, and we have a problem of small scarcity of land where some farmers have only 0.1 hectare to grow food for their families. And we have a big number of emission of greenhouse gases. And we have a bio-innovation which can address those problems. In fact, it is based on working and using aquaculture technologies beyond fish farming to develop products like to develop spirulina. We are the only producer of spirulina in Rwanda. And this, I'm sure everybody knows that spirulina is a blue-green algae which grows in water, which grows by photosynthesis, and which is full of nutrition, and which has been proved to be very efficient in fighting stunting for children. And you know that we have this big problem there. And then we have developed also another a system of farming which we called smart aqua farming, using aquaculture technologies, recycling some waste in order to transform those waste in feed for, to use in farms. And all those products, both products contribute to what we call biotechnological, capturing the CO2 in the atmosphere and cleaning the environment. The market is huge, as it has been said. The market is very big. You can see that the government of Rwanda is putting some 65 million to solve the problem of malnutrition and stunting. And if we work in the eastern region, because we can export spirulina in the region, we have a big market of 400 million people in East Africa. Our business model, of course, today we are starting working with the distributors in Rwanda and in neighboring countries. And we can also work with the government if we start working with the government for the stunting problem. And then we can work directly with people who are looking for improving their lives. If we consider that the competition analysis, we are many in this business, but our company is quite unique because we are producing spirulina in Rwanda, and we can use it and work with other producers in order to improve the quality of the food in Rwanda. Traction, we have moved quite fast from 2019 when we were incorporated. Now we are on the market, and we have very good feedback from our customers, and we plan to continue to expand in order to meet all the demand of the market. Our impact is social. It is, we will contribute to reducing 1% of stunting, and we want to reach out almost 300 farmers, 100 each year, and then we want really to contribute to reducing the problem of emission of gas in the atmosphere. The scalability, we are starting slow, but we are doing everything, to do marketing and to increase the production, to expand the production, and to reach out more clients. And our revenues follow that effort. Our team is very good. They have a very good background. They have been recruited because of their 15 years of experience, some of them, in this area of aquaculture. And I think you are doing very well. And for what we are asking 50,000 in order to participate in.
All right, time. Thank you very much. Questions and answers?
Hello, Emmanuel. Well done on your pitch. My question is, can you tell us more about the product itself? So we understand, you're working on spirulina. We understand the impact and your desired impact. If you can tell us about the different products that are made from spirulina, the costing, and paint just a quick picture of the impact made. You're talking about 1% reduction in stunting.
The product spirulina, as I said, is full of nutritious contents, and it has all the vitamins, including phycocyanin, which helps small children to grow very well. And also we can use it, mix it with some juice and some milk, to increase the quality of food they are eating, and they recover very quickly from the stage of stunting. And for the impact, in fact, we have concluded an MOU with the NCDA to try to, bring this solution also into picture, because efforts are done in order to contribute to the solution of the problem, at least to contribute to 1% of the effort which the government wants to bring down to, I think, 18% after 3 years. So we wanted to contribute to that level.
And just a quick question, because stunting there's more than just the product. Are you also having initiatives targeting mothers in terms of educating them into the use of your product? What is your approach in getting your product out there?
Our approach, of course, is first of all to make enough spirulina available for this huge market of children who will need this product. And this is why in our model we wanted to work with the farmers and, work them to expand the production capacity so that more and more people can really develop that product in their small farms in order to use it for their children. So I think this is a contribution to expand the market.
Thank you for the great impact you've already had. I see in your scaling plans, you plan to equip more farmers with the smart aqua farming. Isn't that a way to create your own competition, or how do you reconcile that with your scaling strategy? Yeah,
when we decide to work with them, I think we will try to make sure that they work under our franchise. We will make an agreement so that we can work together, because we have to ensure that the product is high quality, because we have NS mark.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Up next, we have Ironji Limited. Ironji.
Hello, everyone.
Ironji, you have 5 minutes.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, my name is Clet Ngunguzi, and I will be sharing with you today a field perspective about food system and what we are doing to strengthening it. So it's always start with the food system. So it's about bringing food from the farm to your plate. And at the core, it's all start with the farmer, the processor, the distributor, as well as the consumer. This is connected with transport. And as you know, farmers or agribusinesses, they are miles away from the market, as well as access to transport. With this, it leads to high cost of transport, where in some areas, the 15% of the total cost of the product is transport, while in Africa, some areas is 45%, others 60%. Why is that? Let's consider you want to move from point A to point B, and considering all the cost, the type of truck, fuel, and the maintenance cost. But that's not all, because you always pay double because the driver doesn't have the weight going back. So they will charge you twice. With this, it's always passed along to the final consumer. So the way we are doing, we are solving this, we are connecting farmers or cooperative with nearby trucks where they can access to large pool of truck drivers, quick pickup, as well as professional truck drivers. We are doing this, let's say you are a farmer, you want to move goods from point A to point B. Doing that, instead of paying twice, considering all the cost, now we connect that driver with agribusiness returning back the package. So with this, we will save you 50%, as well as give you an advantage to give competitive prices, expand to new regions, as well as flexible payment, because you pay us maybe after your client pays or after 2 weeks or a month. So we save you 50%. The way farmers or agribusinesses access this is either call us or go on our website and press a request. We confirm with you the price as well as additional information, and you get your truck right away. So we are saving around 30 to 45%. With that, we take 20% of it, and after that, we save you around 25%. So the market of an average weight 500 kilograms and above, it's about 500 million in Rwanda, and we are targeting around 50 million. So with this, we've managed to do more than 2,000 trips. We are also doing 2,000 monthly revenues consistently, as well as moved more than 20 million tons, as well as have more network of drivers. So by working with cooperatives, agribusinesses, as well as NGOs, we've developed enough insights to make it work for those farmers and agribusinesses. And we believe we can scale it to many millions farmers and agribusinesses. Our growth expansion is always about the market, customers, and geography. So we want to build a centered product for our customers, increase our network, and increase our partnership. And most importantly, we want to reduce the price. So with this, by connecting the whole food system with easy transport, as well as a low-cost transport, we will be able to help these agribusinesses and farmers start producing more of the product, get a little bit of basic care, and start investing in their future. So with this, we are looking for a funding of 100,000, where with this, we will take 35% of that. In working capital, we are helping business and agribusinesses and farmers flexible payment, where they pay after a bit of time, as well as increase our driver connectivity by bringing real-time information of these drivers, as well as service accessibility. It doesn't matter where you are, the phone you have or the technology you're using, you can easily access the service. So here's my team. And also, we have a vast background in technology as well as in business, similar businesses. And also, we are working with different people who has been in industry who are helping us navigating it. Thank you so much.
All right. Questions and answers?
Hello? Yes. Thank you so much for your pitch. My question here is mainly about the truck drivers. How do you coordinate and organize them such that their response is timely and is really accurate depending on the farmers' or aggregators' needs?
So we do it two ways. Firstly, first of all, we have risk contract with truck owners. So with that, we have full control of the truck, and we give them schedule. They mostly follow it. And secondly, before giving them, we have like a vetting process where we look at different. First of all, the truck quality and everything, as well as keep their record of how they are performing. If they were rate for 2 times, 3 times, most of the time we suspend them for 2 weeks. And afterwards, since we are paying them after delivery, they have enough incentives to follow what you have to tell them. Yeah.
Thanks. In terms of, it's clear your value proposition to the customer, which is that you are reducing prices by 50%. But how do you coordinate that internally so that the truck that does go from where the farmer is or the client somewhere else, how does it go back full so that you are saving these costs? Is there a technology element? Is it?
Yes. So actually, we have an internal dashboard. Most of the time, since we don't have real-time information of drivers, since also we have a good traction of customers, we keep their schedules. We know when they are coming from this place and this, and most of the time we know average time when we are setting it. So with that, easily when we get a new request, whenever we're going to assign to a driver, we get a suggestion of the truck driver. And most importantly, at the end, is that when they return, it doesn't now matter the type of truck, because unless the weight can fit in, you can get a good deal.
Clet, well done on your pitch.
Thank you.
My question is, tell us more about your app and its accessibility for farmers.
So right now, the way we do it, it's more on the web application, but also for the farmers, the way they can access it is through coring, because we also want to raise this fund to build USSD where they can even check the schedules of the drivers. They can say, oh, actually, I can press it this time instead of this. So that's how we plan to do it. But for now, it's a web application and through SMS or calls.
Ironji, thank you very much. That was really well done. Hand of applause. Now, just a small reminder of what gathered us here. You've just heard and seen 6 of our startups, of our SMEs, of our cooperatives vying for up to $50,000 in grant funding and also a tailored 6-month acceleration support. So keep that in mind as we go along. We have 6 more to go. But in the meantime, let's take a 5-minute break. A good break, though, where we get to stretch our legs, where we get to, stretch our arms, talk to each other. It's not a coffee break. If you need to use the restrooms, please go ahead. But besides that, we're staying here and we're about to have fun. DJ. More volume, more volume, more volume. A little higher, a little higher, a little higher.
Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami
To get the proceedings going, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to our seats.
So baby reset it. Jagala mind.
Please, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to our seats. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for keeping the time. And now to our next venture, Mago Farm. Mago Farm, you have 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi everyone, I'm delighted to be here. My name is Moses and I'm the founder of Mago Farm. We're a team of food waste conversion experts and are redefining how food waste is managed for the greater good of the environment and local food systems. During my 22nd birthday, I visited one of the largest food markets in my home country, Tanzania. And when I was there, I kept staring at the piles on the sides of the market with all sorts of food waste that was destined to end up in dumping sites. While doing some research later that day, I realized that food waste is a massive problem. Globally, 1.3 billion tons of food waste ends up in dumping sites every year, contributing to more than 50% of landfill gas emissions. It's not any different in Rwanda, where more than 10,000 tons of food waste ends up in Duba and similar dumping sites every year. From this experience, I felt a very strong conviction to do something about it. I'm sorry, I think there's something wrong about this. I don't know, it's like click only once and then it has to go multiple rounds. Yeah. Yeah. It's just, sorry, just click only once, right? Just one thing. Just little ones. All right. I am very sorry, but I'm back. So should we start the timer again? Yes. Great. Let's do it. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm delighted to be here. My name is Moses, and I'm the founder of Mago Farm. We're a team of food waste conversion experts and are redefining how food waste is managed for the greater good of the environment and local food systems. During my 22nd birthday, just 2 years ago, I visited one of the largest food markets in my home country, Tanzania. And when I was there, I realized that food waste is a massive problem. While I was doing some research later that day, I realized that food waste just globally is a big issue, whereby 1.3 billion tons of food waste ends up in dumping sites every year, contributing to more than 50% of landfill gas emissions. It's not any different in Rwanda, where more than 10,000 tons of food waste ends up in Duba and similar dumping sites every year. From this experience, I felt a very strong conviction to do something about it. And in 2020, I started Mago Farm to address this challenge. At Mago Farm, we have developed a bioconversion process that harnesses the natural potential of insects to transform food waste into high-quality protein biomass for poultry feed formulation and organic fertilizer. Our gospel is to transform food waste into something with monetary and environmental value. And in the process, we create products that empower crop and poultry farmers to produce more healthy organic foods while increasing their income. How it works is pretty simple. First of all, we aggregate food waste from various sources. Second, the food waste is fed to the larvae of black soldier flies, who in turn convert it to protein biomass and organic matter. And then afterwards, the protein matter and organic fertilizer are separated and dried. And finally, the last step is packaging before being sold out to local farmers. Therefore, our main products from the bioconversion process are Mago Meal, which is a protein-rich biomass used in poultry feed formulation, and this trades for 750 francs per kg. Mago Soil, which is a nutrient-rich organic fertilizer used in crop production, and this trades for 100 francs per kg, and carbon credits, whereby one credit trades for $20 per every metric ton of carbon dioxide diverted. Our business model in the underlying surface is B2C, where we mostly trade with small to medium-scale poultry and crop farmers, and we're also targeting to trade carbon credits to pretty much any organization that's looking to offset their carbon emissions through direct carbon trade. The total market value for our products is estimated at 50 billion francs annually in trade volume. We estimate that the total demand for protein biomass in Rwanda alone is more than 4,000 tons per annum, while that of organic fertilizer is 65,000 metric tons. What sets us apart from the competition is that we have a very unique blend of software and bioconversion, which enables us to increase operational efficiency and stabilize our data and product quality, and that enables us to also trade more profitably than pretty much any player in the market. In the last 11 months of active operation, we have already upcycled 17.5 tons of food waste into tradable protein biomass and organic fertilizer, turning in a revenue of 5.9 million francs. And to be honest with you, this is just the tip of the iceberg. As we speak, we're currently underway to scale our infrastructure to convert 80 tons of food waste monthly in the next 8 months. We're also working on advancing our digital analytics to be able to increase our efficiency in data collection and analysis, enabling us to do things more efficiently. And although our bioconversion process is great, the team behind it is our biggest asset. We've managed to assemble a diverse team with technical expertise in business, entomology, and food waste management. And as a token of confidence, we also have the traction. We just raised our second round of $65,000 from OVO and the Milken Motsepe Institute. We also have multiple recurring customers with early market entry in the DRC. Our ask to accomplish our scaling goals for the next 12 months is $50,000. Contributing to our existing growth capital, this will be used to expand our team, infrastructure, and equipment, enabling us to produce 21 tons of fertilizer and 5 tons of organic biomass monthly. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to taking all the questions you might have.
Spot on, spot on. He used the time perfectly. Well done. Okay, questions and answers.
All right, great presentation. Can you explained a lot about your revenue, but what is your cost? What goes into producing the different products you showed us?
We sell Mago meal for $7.50. We produce it for $200. The margin is about 73%. And then we produce Mago soil, the fertilizer, for about 40 francs, and we sell it for 100 francs. The margin is about 63%.
Goes into producing. So for every ton of produce, how much tons of waste went into that?
You'll need 1 ton or you'll need 3 tons of organic waste, depending on the process you use, to get 1 ton of Mago meal.
Thank you so much for the nice presentation. I'm interested to find how you get that tropical fly that makes the transformational process of the waste food to the fertilizers.
How we found the topic?
Yes. How do you make it? How do you get it into the country? How do you incubate it, or is it already available in the country? How do you really get it?
We're doing quite a lot right now, but we only started with about 5 grams of the eggs of the insects, which we imported from the Insect Center of Insect Physiology and Ecology in Nairobi. So we imported it and did a very good with our team, to design the process. And now we're doing about a ton or so a month from the grams we got in Nairobi. So it was imported, but thankfully to what we have done, it's now available in Rwanda.
On your scalability, right? So that projection of where you're going to sell that Mago soil, who's buying it at that price of 100 francs a kilo? Is it specific commercial farmers? Who's buying such expensive material?
Our current customers are pretty much small to medium scale farmers right now, and we intend to do the same thing. But we want to do something exciting on top of it. Okay. We realize that many people have an attraction towards organic foods. So we're also looking at scale to work with exporters of different products, chili, providing them with organic fertilizer. Therefore, and this is what we've learned from our experience in the 11 months, it gives them the power to say we produce organic foods in the export market.
Thanks. Are you targeting animal feed processors as well for the other side of the business as well?
Yes, 4 years from now. 4 years from now. In the moment, we'll continue to work with medium and small-scale poultry farmers. It works profitably for us, so we'll continue doing it.
Mago Farm, and he walks off the stage. He walks. As he closes his answer, he walks off the stage. Amazing. All right. Next up, Rwanda. Ready? You have 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to talk about ox. For our own research, 70% for Rwandan are carrying their goods on their heads, or they can use bicycles to carry goods to the market. And also, from the experience of how we are operating now, people were carrying meat on top of the bus. Can you imagine that? It's so sad. Farmers are limited to a few kilometers away from their market. Because of inefficient transport, 10% of agricultural production is lost to transport stage. But here, ox has a solution. Ox provide transport to rural areas using local services and long-haul services to small farmers using electrical trucks. The farmers are using our short code called toll-free to reach our trucks. We have our team of drivers called Driver Plus, who are ready to manage scheduling and manage fleets. We are operating from depots to rural areas to reach to the market, to reach to the farmers easily. We have a simple business model. We are charging customers a reliable, affordable price, which is 0.5 to 1 franc per kg per kilometer. Our target customers are farmers, cooperatives, and small and medium traders. We are targeting 90 million, which is made up of 70% of the whole population of Rwanda. And also in Africa, especially in Sub-Saharan, we are targeting 384 million farmers in whole Africa. Ox is purpose-driven company and is working toward some SDGs. Our impact goals are like reducing food loss by providing reliable transport, and we are focused on also at climate. We are using electrical trucks, so we have a target of serving 90 million farmers with 2,000 trucks in the whole country. Ox is growing very fast, and since we started, in the next year, in March, we served with one contract, and we are now serving 500 customers, and we are getting a growth of 22% revenue, and 45 month-on-month job done, and an average of 110 revenue per day per truck. We are scaling very fast, and we are targeting 90 million farmers. We want to run 2,000 trucks, 4,000 drivers, and 200 depots. We are the only ones in the rural areas that are providing electrical, affordable trucks to carrying the goods. Our team, we have a team with an excellent team management team. 92% they are local, and they have background in agriculture, business, and engineering. We are asking for 50,000 to grow up, and hiring more 20 drivers, and import our electrical trucks. We are targeting to import 10 trucks, electrical trucks, at the end of 2022. Thank you.
Thank you. Right on cue. Perfect. Questions and answers.
Ernest, thank you for your pitch. My question is really on your competitive advantage. There are already existing solutions doing the same, and we were quite impressed by your growth. And so if you can speak to your competitive advantage and the secret to that growth, actually.
I've said we are the only one in Rwanda that are using electrical trucks at a lower price, and our trucks are affordable, and we always show up on time. I'm not sure for the competitors' advantage, but I'm not sure. Can you repeat again the question?
So what makes you different from existing, service providers? Because we're quite impressed by your growth month after month.
Yes.
So what do you attribute this to?
Sorry? Repeat again?
So what makes you different from others in the space?
Okay, thank you. What makes us the difference is, first of all, the lower price. And we can show up anytime, because in areas where we're operating in, people use a short code to call us. And we have the place where we are operating now, we have enough trucks to operate and to serve. And also we have skilled drivers who can manage and scheduling the fleets.
Quick question. You're using electric vehicles, and we know that access to electricity is an issue in rural areas. How do you reconcile that if your model is based on electric trucks?
We know in our country, almost the whole Rwanda you can find electricity. Like now, where we are operating now, we have charging station. We have to implement charging station where we are operating now. So with our engineers, we are going to set up a charging station to solve that problem.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Ox Rwanda, ladies and gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Rwanda Biosolution. You have 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Wise Janvier and I'm presenting Rwanda Biosolution. So our company's story goes with farmers' stories, and he's one of them, one of Maria. Maria is a farmer. She has been farming for her whole life, until recently that she found her farm is not longer productive as it used to be. So she's struggling to keep her children fed, keep them in school, and so on. So naturally, she went to her neighbor, who is a very good farm, for advice. And she had two things. For good harvest, you better have good fertilizer and good seed. But unfortunately to her, she doesn't have enough livestock to produce her own fertilizer, and those on market, even government subsidized, they are still expensive. And the story of Maria is not unique. If you look at the nation, we are losing almost 246 tons of soil, which leads to reduction of soil fertility. And to compensate that, the government import more than 44 million of chemical fertilizers. So why the rural is suffering that? What are we doing in the city? We are producing too much waste, and we are doing little to nothing to treat them, just polluting the environment. So that's where Rwanda Biosolution comes in. We transform the problem of the city into the solution of the rural and give them fertilizers. And our fertilizers not only increase the harvest, they are 5 times cheaper, and they are 100% biodegradable. And we work from Ujesira landfill now. So what do we do better? Our competitive edge lies in the quality of our fertilizers. Contrary to our competitors who may use the other things but get them off, reduce the nutrient quantity, ours is very rich in nutrient and contain microorganisms, which will stay in the soil, fertilizing your soil, even using our product. So, we've been working with farmers and farmers cooperative, and we're selling our product about 7 cents per kilo, and we get 20% margin. But in the future, we also want to work with the government-sponsored programs like Hunganire, etc. So the market for fertilizer is very huge in Rwanda. It's around 50 billion. And it covers all the arable land of Rwanda. But in next 3 years, we are targeting only 20% of it. And last year, we have been getting very well. We have increased our production to up to 25 tons. We have worked with 10 cooperatives who have more than 700 farmers, and 30% of them keep coming. So our goals can touch like 4 SDGs, 1, 2, 11, 13, through different measurable metrics. First one is mitigation of environment by replacing chemical fertilizer and composting. We also afford the farmers to get access to good fertilizer, which will also increase the profitability of the farms. Our scale-up goal is that in 3 years now, we want to increase our clients up to 90,000 farmers. And to do that, we need to increase our production capacity and our distribution channels. We also want to include a new product, which will be on the pesticide side. And to reach that, we need $1,000, 15 of which are very critical now. And if we get it, 50% will go into equipment, the rest will go to the staffing and marketing. But beyond the monetary ask, we ask your recommendation or your partnership, anything you can throw at us, we'll really appreciate it. So this is the team that will bring these things on board, and together we bring more experience, more educational background to make this alive. So this is some people who have believed in our vision before, and we would like you to join us too. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions and answers?
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. I have two questions. The first one is on the price. You said 70 francs per kilo.
70.
Yeah, 70.
Yes.
Is that delivered to the farmer, or the farmer has to come and pick it up?
Now working with Jesera district. So for the nearby, we give it to them.
Yes.
For the far one, sometimes depending on the date, we can share the cost, or if it's back, we can pay the transport.
You can pay the transport. And then just on your scaling targets, you have a target of about 100 tons per month, right? 100,000 kilos, right? 100 tons per month. Do you know what is the current demand for organic fertilizer monthly? For you to set that target, how much of the market are you trying to capture?
Actually, the market for fertilizer is not easily translated to monthly. It's in seasonal. We did just to cover
okay,
the
even
month.
seasonally, no problem.
Yes.
How much of that would you be capturing with that?
Yeah, like last year, we imported 44 million fertilizer. So that's the people who can afford for chemical fertilizer. So these people cannot afford it. So our estimation is that it's beyond 44 million kilogram of fertilizer per year.
Okay, yeah, I think, but you'll have to differentiate between those synthetic fertilizers and organic fertilizer which you're producing here, because the usage is different, right?
Yes, but it is not easy to get data for organic fertilizer because many people are producing themselves. So we currently measure it depending on chemical fertilizers, because many people use chemical fertilizer because there is no other way to get the organic fertilizer unless you do it yourself. So we use those numbers to estimate ours.
And how do you convert people from using the chemical fertilizer or from making their own fertilizers to buying from you?
Actually, it's easier. People won't know that too much chemical fertilizer is not good for them. So the solution now, you have to make them. But you have two seasons, the big season one. So if you are doing it yourself, it is not enough unless you have many animals. So it's not easy. It's just they are not available to them yet. So we just avail them to them.
All right. Rwanda Biosolution. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the bug picture. The bug picture, you have, it's really a bug picture. Okay. All right. You have 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Afternoon, everyone. My name is Frans Jooste. I am a co-founder and director at The Bug Picture. We are a company using insects to create social and environmental impact in East Africa. The problem we are trying to address is how do we feed the future without destroying our planet? Increasing populations require increasing demand in food, increasing food production, and unfortunately, increases in food waste. Our solution is using the black soldier fly, who eat almost anything organic. By using them, we can convert organic waste into animal feed protein and organic fertilizer, helping us build food systems that waste less today and produce more tomorrow. Our business model is a B2B model, where we sell high-quality agricultural inputs on demand and in bulk, with a focus on the needs of end consumers. As a proof of concept, we have been running a facility in collaboration with Rakoff, the largest coffee exporter in Rwanda, since December 2020. In this time, we have converted 35 tons of organic waste into 7 tons of organic fertilizer, currently being trialed for distribution to smallholder coffee farmers. Our market demand has been split according to our 2 main revenues. In terms of protein, we define it as a replacement of soy in animal feed, and we've calculated here in terms of the number of layer chickens you could feed per annum. For fertilizer, we have defined it as a conversion rate to organic products and calculated it in hectares that could be fertilized per year. Our financial model is one with multiple revenue streams and high gross margins. This sets itself very well for economies of scale. With this expansion, we estimate our revenue increasing 6-fold, with gross margin in excess of 50%, as well as providing positive net margins. We will also be looking to add 10 additional employment opportunities. Currently, we are running an academic trial, an economic viability study, which is funded by the IFC and is done in conjunction with 3 local and international universities. The outcome of this trial could have substantial strategic benefits to the future growth of our company. With the planned expansion of our next step facility, we're looking to increase our capacity 12-fold and produce fertilizer for 43 hectares of crop farmland. We will also producing protein, which once formulated into feed, would be able to feed 10,000 layer chickens in a year. In terms of our competition, we've decided to focus on the 2 largest players in our market. In both cases, we feel that we have competitive advantages, be it a better core business focus, greater expertise in BSF, or product optionality, which will allow us to differentiate ourselves in future. Be it business development and setup, finance, animal nutrition, or BSF production, we have a team with diverse skills and a collective 8 years of experience in BSF farming. Our sustainable solution is focused on supporting the UN SDG goals. With our planned expansion, we could look to supply animal feed that will help produce 2 million chicken eggs, divert more than 1,000 tons of organic waste from landfill, and produce fertilizer for 43 hectares of organic farming. At the core, we are Africans on a mission to save the world, or at least our little corner of it. In order to do this, we are asking for $50,000 to fund development of our production expansion. This funding will go towards infrastructure and equipment, as well as OPEX, specifically strategic new hires, as well as further product research and development. Thank you very much, and I'll now take some questions.
All right, questions and answers.
Great presentation, Franz. And actually, you're tackling 2 big problems we're facing right now in feed and in fertilizer. In terms of your production strategy, what is the % that goes to each channel? And if you think about scaling, what would be your priorities?
So it's actually both at the same time, because you get 2 products out of it. I think where perhaps a line can be drawn is, it is very much like ourselves. What you put in is what you get out. So if we are working with strategic partners that are growing maize, for example, and they need a specific type of fertilizer, then what we feed our larvae will determine what the composition of the fertilizer is at the end. So we are doing both at the same time, but depending on the access of waste that we get and the strategic partners or strategic off-takers we work with, we can look to fine-tune our formula to produce exactly what they are looking for.
What's your barrier to scale more quickly? Because I understand there is a big demand, especially for animal feed, to replace soya. What is your biggest barrier right now to scale?
Funding. The thing is about our business is it is an economy of scales thing. And you can do a certain amount of production by hand, but eventually you can only move so many trays in a day. And what we've learned through this 15-month journey with Rakov is that two key areas that we need to target in order to scale is mechanizing our waste processing as well as our post-production processing. Because in the meantime, the bugs are doing the work for us, but that is where we will have bottlenecks, and unfortunately, that equipment costs money.
It's currently negative, because on one of the slides you say you want to achieve a positive margin.
Yes, so our current proof of concept was done as exactly that. The protein or the larvae have gone back into the facility to grow our scale, and the fertilizer has been taken by Rakov for their trials.
Yeah. And how do you see the growth potential on the market?
So the potential for the market, I think, is enormous, because the more we supply to it and the more agriculture grows in Rwanda, the more that market will grow. Currently, because of our proof of concept, has been either reinvested the outputs or used for trialing. I would say that our market share at this point is not something you can define, but in our estimates that we gave, we have been fairly conservative in terms of putting our market share for those at around 5 to 7%.
All right, the bug picture, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. Okay, up next, we have Uruhimbi Kageyo Cooperative. UKC, you have 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Have you ever spent a whole night just because of a mowing, long sound of a cow? This happened to me. It's Magdalena's cow. Magdalena, an old woman who was given one cow under the one cow per family program. She had no land to cultivate the animal feed. She had a very small land size. Magdalena used to fetch grass along the river banks and the roadsides. And this really made me empathetic. And I said, I have to give a solution. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm called Karara Sylvester Jackson, the president and the co-founder of UKC, Uruhimbi Kageyo Cooperative. Do you know that 77% of the agriculture households in Rwanda own 0.5 hectares of land? This gives unfair competition for crop and animal feed production.
All right, let's take a break. Let's take a break as we recover the footage.
Thank you.
All right, let's restart the presentation.
It is not yet.
Hold on a second. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Have you ever spent sleepless nights because of a long mowing sound of a cow? This happened to me with my neighbor Magdalena, an old woman who was given a 1 cow per family. That program used to benefit them, to move them from the poverty level to the economic class. Milk for their family, extra milk for their revenues, and cow dung for the crop production manure. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm called Karara Sylvester Jackson, the co-founder and the president of UKC, Uruimbika Geo Cooperative. Currently in Rwanda, 77% of the agriculture households, 77% have 0.5% and below acquisition of land. This gives unfair competition for crop and animal production. The lack of feed made Magdalena suffer, and she had to look for cut, fed grass from the riversides and the roadsides. That's why we came up and said, we are going to introduce a technology. Hydroponic fodder technology came in out of the collective team working. We produce animal feeds without the use of soil. It is vertical, it is climate resilient, and imagine 7 days to produce animal feeds that could be compared to 14 weeks using conventional methods. This is a solution. You should be happy of that. As you could see, it's vertical, it's soilless. It is 90% less water because the water is recycled. Currently, we stand at a market of 1,392 animals that we are serving, but we are projecting 4.97 million animals in the next 3 years out of 9.9 million animals in Rwanda. This is a massive progress we should appreciate. We are producing our fodder at 170 francs per kilo compared to commercial feeds standing at 420, which means 2.5 times less costly. This is affordable for farmers. Our training is standing at 5,000, affordable for many farmers. And this is our future market that we're creating. And we are able to set up at least 1.5 million in a small farmer who cannot manage to have the technology. We are actually projecting, we are standing at a good traction in the next 3 years from 20,000 less than 25 million to above 100 million in the next 4 years. Magdalena is saving 245,000 per month, savings, with an extra 120 liters of milk per month. We have so far created 6 jobs, decent jobs. Don't you see how I am? And we are serving 81 farmers now with 95% customer satisfaction, that we are doing the best. And we are targeting those 3 SDG goals: no poverty, zero hunger, and good health and well-being. Our team is composed of young youth, vibrant, good leadership, accountability, and agronomy services. We are intending to scale to 2 aspects. 1, establish 4 more other sites, and having a machine for pelletizing machine which can make shelf life of the fodder increase from 5 days to 1 year. We need this 50,000 to scale up, improve the infrastructure, establish 4 sites, produce retail outlets fodder that every farmer can really afford. It is the time for the youth. The youth will do it through a collective action. I believe in myself. I believe in you too. Time is now. Thank you.
All right, questions and answers.
When you talk about that saving, that 245,000, well, there. So it's based on 245K, yeah, money saved per month. Yeah, can you just clarify what it's based on?
245,000? Magdalena is saving 245,000 Rwandan francs after subsidized feeding from UKC, hydroponic fodder. And she's also producing food for the remaining part of the land. This for the case, we wanted to sterilize on one impact that we have already seen from the beginning. Magdalena, we wanted to ensure that she succeeds the last end.
Yeah, so you're saying you tracked the cost for that whole period, and then you looked at how much is coming out of the hydroponic unit, and then you compare the difference.
We are seeing how much she's saving now, and an extra milk that she's also gaining, which is another revenue stream, which is totaling to that 245,000. And if you replicate to other farmers across the country, this is a good traction that we can say we are impacting.
Okay.
Commercial feeds that are existing in the market. We are the only hydroponic fodder in Rwanda.
Magdalena has one cow?
Yes.
So that's the savings per cow per month?
Yes.
If they were buying commercial feed?
Yes. No, she is buying from us. And this is what she has saved from the buying of the commercial feeds.
So we understand what Magdalena is saving. Can you walk us through your own revenue model?
Great. We are training, we are selling fodder, and we are also providing setups. I've already mentioned it. We are selling fodder at 170 per kilo, which is 2.5 times less cheaper commercial to commercial. We are offering trainings to the youth and women, and we are giving at 5,000 francs, and we are giving setups to those who want, for those who can afford, at 1,500,000.
How is your profit margin in terms of costs, per unit costs? You talked of 170 francs per unit cost of production. And how much do you sell? Then how much do you earn from the total sales?
Actually, the cost of production as at now, total cost is 100 francs. So the extra 70 francs is our business model that we are generating as profit.
The three offerings made most of your revenue last year?
Fodder production, that is the core business value.
So why even offer the two as options?
They are just other revenue streams that we modeled.
All right. Okay. Last speech of the day will be Zone des entreprises agricoles. Zine Limited. Zine Limited, you have 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Liz Janvier Amizediozo, and as he said, I'm here for Zine. It is the home of banana chips in Rwanda. I'm sure that most of the ventures who have pitched before me have mentioned the word post-harvest loss. I'm not sure if everyone here knows what it means. Post-harvest loss means the degradation both in quality and quantity of food production from the farm or from the harvest to the consumption. Post-harvest loss accounts for 30% decrease in agricultural productivity in Rwanda. And according to World Food Program, post-harvest loss is the leading cause of food insecurity. Zine has been there since 2018. We were doing banana groceries where we were buying bananas from the farmers and we were taking them to the market. But because the area where we are working, there are more farmers producing bananas, so it's not easy for every one of them to access the market. And as we know, bananas are highly perishable. If you don't consume them immediately, or if you don't process something from them immediately, they perish. That leads to food loss. But Zine has a solution. We are producing banana chips from those bananas, so as we are enhancing the shelf life of bananas, we are increasing the shelf life of bananas, It means reducing the post-harvest loss. Also, we are doing banana micropropagation, where we distribute seedlings of high variety. That one is called FIA, which will increase more revenues to the farmers, and it will also help us to get more bananas for us to produce the chips. We are targeting the people as individuals, where we are targeting the middle class people up to 1,662,000 in Rwanda, and also more than 10,000 supermarkets and bars. Our impact will be measured based mostly on the SDG number 2, because we are adding value to the bananas. We are also increasing the monthly revenue of the farmers, and we are also reducing gradually the post-harvest loss and food insecurity. Our competitors mostly are other snack industries, but we are better than them because we will sell across the region. We have an affordable price. We are also consistent. We are not going to be here today and we are not there tomorrow. No, we are here to stay. Also, we have access to farmers, so we know what they are giving us and what we are giving to our customers. We have been able so far to build the banana processing unit, which can produce 8,000 kilograms of bananas per day. We have been also able to work with more than 1,639 farmers, where 752 of them are women. And we have also managed to plant approximately 10,000 seedlings of bananas to enhance the green environment. We have a strong and fierce team. We have all diverse skills, but we contribute to the same ambition, which is to reduce the post-harvest loss. We are asking for $50,000 US, where the majority of it will be used to purchase a truck, which will help us to reduce the post-harvest loss of bananas from the farm to the factory. We are planning to scale by getting the international certificate so that we can tackle the international market, improve transportation from the farm to the factory, also increase banana rehabilitation so that we can work on full capacity. Thank you so much. I know together we can reduce the post-harvest loss and achieve zero hunger by 2030. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Zine Limited. Questions and answers.
Thanks for the presentation. You mentioned a bit about maize at the beginning, and also about maize.
About?
Maize. Ibigori.
Maize? No.
Yeah. I saw in the staff there something. Yes, one of the team members.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to know, because you've spoken a lot about banana, but there was something small about maize. What are you doing with maize?
Oh, that one is also a member of the board.
Okay, so you are not producing any maize products?
Oh, Zine has also a maize factory.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to know what was the purpose. How does the maize fit into your business model?
Sorry.
Revenue would be for Zen as a whole, or just from banana chips?
Yes. For banana chips.
Okay, for banana chips.
Yes.
Can we see your packaging? Or do you have it here, or is it a competitive advantage at all?
Oh, for now, the packaging we are using is local, but soon we will get an automatic packaging machine which uses atmosphere modified packaging, where our chips will be packed with nitrogen instead of oxygen, so that it can have a greater shelf life up to 1 year.
The raw material supply sustainability for your plant, and how do you support farmers to grow more bananas for sufficient supply to your processes?
Thank you so much. That's a great question. As I have mentioned, we also do banana micropropagation. That's where we give farmers the seedlings of high variety. So if we want to produce from 8,000 kilograms of bananas, it means we need more farmers to cultivate bananas. So by introducing the bananas of high variety, we are sure that if we get more farmers, for now we are working with 1,639. If we increase that number, we will have more bananas. Thank you.
I had a question regarding, so you're producing 8,000 kilograms per day, yet you generated 57,000 in sales. What are your gap? What are your major challenges here in production?
Thank you so much. Well, the main challenge in our production, we are using gas, which is more expensive, and also oil is also expensive. But
Thank you very much. Hand of applause for Zine.
Thank you.
And a hand of applause for all our ventures, all of them. All right, during this time, we'll let our esteemed panel of judges head out as they go deliberate and come back soon with a verdict. In the meantime, we have Ingomancha, which will be back with us right now for another performance. Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back. Our judges will be back in the next 4 to 5 minutes so we can get the proceedings going. 4 to 5 minutes. Give us about 5 minutes. We'll be right back. Seats. Thank you. Let us get back to our seats.
No, the word. First, she talks first.
Okay, before the awards. Before the awards. Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen. The deliberation team is back. Our judges are back. So quickly, just a reminder that what's in play here is getting an envelope up to 50,000 US dollars based on your respective scaling plans and milestones, and as well as a 6-month tailored acceleration support. I will be announcing each winner individually, but first, one of the judges, Christelle, please come in front. Go ahead. I hear there's something you need to be saying, so go ahead. All right.
Thank you, everyone. My intervention is going to be very short, just 1 minute. But all the judges, we thought it really needed to be said. The quality of pitches was out of this world. It was really good. The details. So I don't know if it's just the boot camp or everybody's generally getting better in the ecosystem, but it's really, really encouraging. As a fellow entrepreneur, I think it took me years to get to this quality of pitch deck. So you guys know your time, your sum, you had so many numbers, you knew how to measure your traction, your impact. This is awesome. And for those continuing with the accelerator, we want to be there after the 6 months to see how you've improved. But no matter who the winners are, everybody, I think you can tell yourselves how you've improved over the bootcamp, and we can definitely see it. So congratulations to the team. Thank you to all the partners and supporters and everybody who was involved in the bootcamp to get us to here. It needed to be said, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Christelle. A hand for all our judges, our esteemed panel, please. Okay, so I feel like I have a ton of, this is crazy. All right, let me open the first envelope. Before that, I'll invite, yes. Our guest of honor, Ms. Edith Hines, representative and country director of WFP Rwanda, and also Ms. Mafer Betancourt, managing director, Impact Hub, Kigali, to please come forward. And you can give a hand to that man over there, Alejandro, who keeps reminding me of everything I'm missing. Very important. His key is very important. All right. So each time I call a name, you come in front. You take a picture with these esteemed ladies, and then get your award as well, and then so on and so forth. The first one, drum roll, please. Carl Group. Members of the media, if you need to take pictures, videos. All right. Second name. Alpha Kiosk. Third name. UKC. Fourth venture cold. Ilonji. There's only two left, guys. Only two. Okay, all right. 5. Zine. All right. These ones, my hands are trembling. Mago Farm. Congratulations to everybody. Now remember that everybody's a winner. Everybody. Very important to remember that. Everybody's a winner. Now, since I have with me our guest of honor here, Miss Edith Hines, let me pass her the mic for our closing remarks. Okay, all right.
Thank you. We have come to the end of a very exciting afternoon. I hope you enjoyed the pitches as much as I did. I thought it was really fabulous. So congratulations again to the winners and good luck for the next 6 months as well. I'm happy to see there's no timer running. I think it was not only stressful for the people doing their pitch here in 5 minutes, also the judges, they had to get their questions out in 3 minutes. So congratulations, judges. It was tough on everybody. So we heard ideas about everything from animal farming to food production to transport and logistics. Months ago, when we were actually designing the call for applications, we intentionally kept the scope very broad. The call was not just open to startups, but it was also for small and medium enterprises and cooperatives. And we did on purpose not define the focus area too narrow, and not just on reducing post-harvest loss or increasing food production or optimizing the supply chain. We invited any entity with a viable solution to improve the national food system, even if that area was less familiar to the World Food Programme. Because how can we innovate if we stuck to what we know already? And I think in that regard, today was a very successful day for us. And the ideas that were presented today were exactly why we launched this type of initiative. These ideas are creative, disruptive, and innovative. But today is only the beginning. The real celebration will be in 6 months from now, when we see how these ventures have grown and scaled up, how they have benefited from how they have benefited the national economy, and how they have ultimately improved the national food system. In the next 6 months, these ideas will be nurtured and accelerated, and we all look forward to seeing how their impact on the food system has been amplified as a result of the financial and technical support they received and will continue to receive. And while we come here today to grow these ideas, thanks to our donors, we are also facilitating the growth of a more enabling environment in Rwanda for entrepreneurs. It is our hope that this initiative serves as a catalyst for further investment and partnerships as we collectively strive to improve the food systems through innovation. Because as I said in my opening, achieving zero hunger is only possible if we engage new partners and work together. And the World Food Programme is delighted to be working together with these selected entities. Congratulations again. This challenge amplifies new ways of thinking, new ways of working, and we thank you all for gathering here today. And lastly, I would like to extend my most sincere appreciation to the Impact Hub Kigali as our implementing partner. Their expertise of the local startup ecosystem is what made this initiative possible and successful. Thank you for being here today with us.
Thank you, Ms. Heinz. Thank you very much. This concludes our day, a fantastic day. Give yourselves a round of applause. Once again, everybody is leaving here a winner. And after here, we're all meeting right outside this room for a reception and a way to network as well and speak about the ventures we just witnessed here. My name is Regis Isheja. It's been an honor and a pleasure. Have a great day. Bye-bye. ninca hariya
none pasi ngaho ugira uti
naho menya uratsikosha
ukiri hano se n'uri muri kokiteri hariya no gufata amafoto ngenda cyari hano mfite kuzinga ibintu byose turacyari kumwe